Welcome to day 2 of the Chuggalo Advent Calendar Spectacular. I think that name's going to stick, but I don't know. We'll have to see what JT says in a couple hours. Today is day 2. I have taken a shower. I have not shaved, even though that was requested. So I'm 50% of the way there. I typically shave on the weekends. Today, for day 2, we have Pipeworks Rudolph vs. Unicorn, which is I'm guessing a launching off point from their Ninja vs. Unicorn, which we did on episode 1 of the BCP way back in August of 2018. So it's been a while. This is a Peppermint Imperial Milk Stout, and this is ringing in at a 10%. I actually have a calamitous occasion that occurred, but I want to go with the crack first on this one because I'm super excited. Even though we're 2 days into it, I'm just stupid excited for this entire process. So an initial pop, don't get much of the smell that you would get when you would think peppermint, especially Imperial, just like that illicit. But we'll go with the drink. It's tough when you don't have a partner to carry the silent points. So I want to go, I wasn't originally going to get a glass on this, but I was like, Stout, there's a little more action. So there's a reddish hue. My camera doesn't do it justice as I look over onto the other. And you can see like the ambering in the head a little bit. Obviously not too big of a head with it being a stout, so that's not much of a surprise. My one wish coming into today, and this is something that we've talked about for a couple of weeks, like, oh, Matt has the list. I sent the list to all the guys participating, but I was going to prepare. Outside of the 14th, I genuinely do not know what the next day is coming. The 14th is just a hallmark. When they built it for us at Barrel House, like that was one that I had picked out, and I'm just stupid excited for that beer, and that's also probably the rarest beer that we will have, and so excited. 12 days from now, it'll be a Tuesday, and we'll be giving that one a full episode review on the BCP on Tuesdays. Wow, I want this beer to resonate a little bit more. So today I get done working out, I shower, as I said, and I come down to the bar, and I go to reach in for my Christmas calendar, or my Advent calendar, and it's funny, if you're watching both this and JT's, we have the same box. Ironically, neither him nor I purchased our boxes from, if you were listening Tuesday, I think he brought up like how he was concerned, but then Chuggalo Caterade had a surprise for him. Well, it appears that we have the same box, and that's what's going to bring the calamity in this situation. So I was looking as I pulled the box out, and I will put pictures up after my review. And sure enough, the box doesn't fit the flat. And we all know flats, they're just small cardboard pieces, and it fits 24 beverages. Well, the box is slightly larger, so it rattles around. Anyways, I pull it out a little bit. I'm trying to spot where the number 2 is. And sure enough, it's closest to me, or it's 2 into the calendar. Sorry, Stacy. And the entire contents of the calendar fall completely out, all over the floor. And I have a rug right below my beer fridge, and I was like, so nothing exploded, nothing like, popped a hole or anything. So I was able to keep the integrity of the calendar intact, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to put the calendar in. I think the lesson is learned. It's on a shelf that I would be able to pull out, but I just don't. Who does that in fridges? Who pulls out shelves? So that just must be people outside of my price range. So anyways, I didn't lose anything, but all of the beers came cascading down. A couple of them, you could tell that, they got shooken up a little bit because they were very firm. A couple of the bottles that were sealed at Barrel House in downtown Dayton, they seem to be fine. Again, our 14th beer is what I went after immediately because I wouldn't be able to go replace that. I might be able to replace some of the cans down at Barrel House, but I wouldn't have been able to replace that one because that was such a rare beer. Also, as I'm looking at JT's face right now, I don't anticipate he's going to text today, but as I'm looking at his face right now, he talked about doing these videos shorter. I think I kept mine to a paltry 2.5 minutes, and he's impregnated now. He's got his father-in-law there, the venerable Chuggalo Scott, but I thought we were going to keep him shorter, so that's why I'm taking a little bit more time. I see I'm approaching 5 minutes on this. So let's get to this beer. So again, we've done Pipeworks many a time. They're from Chicago. They have amazing can art. Again, I'll let JT do that, but it's a peppermint and a couple of a deer and a unicorn, which is what you would expect with the namesake. On to the beer. Was super excited for a 16-ounce beer today. I'm glad that's what came up. This beer I'm not as excited for as yesterday. I thought about making like a power rankings here, as you see some artwork for my daughters that I like to put up. To like maybe have like a power ranking of the month. And maybe that's something we'll retroactively do, but we're still so new into this that the ideas are just flowing. So if you guys have any ideas like formatting issues or something you'd like to see different, just shoot us a comment on either of our YouTube videos. I know a couple other people, we're trying to get them to do videos also, but at least they're throwing in reviews. So off the top rope, I give this beer is a solid 3.25. There's nothing off-putting about it, but there's not like peppermint elicit so much. Like part of me was hoping that would be like white, like like an almond bark or something. Like try to figure that out. I know that's a huge like rarity or something like that, but that's like I looked at the can too. With the can being mostly white and red, I was like, oh, something there. But obviously with the stout and just how beer works, it's just a random thought. Yeah, there's nothing monumental about it. Again, 2 big beers in a row. We went from an 11 to a 10. Loyal Chuggalos are going to know we don't go too much in that realm. I mean, it does happen. It's not like we avidly avoid them. But it's interesting that our first 2 out of the box, so to speak, are double digits. But it's a delightful little beer. Glad that I only have one of it. It would definitely be a beer I'd give away to guests. But that's day 2 of the Chuggalo Advent Calendar Spectacular. I think that's going to stick. And today we did Pipeworks, Rudolph vs. Unicorn, Imperial Peppermint Milk Stout. Cheers.